Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Atlas podcast, where we interview early stage impact companies that are looking to find like-minded, passionate investors to embark on a journey of exponential growth and positive contribution to the planet. My name is Jet Gunther, and I am sitting here with Puchong Wong Tong Di from Evergrow, who are pioneering automated farming in Thailand. Puchong, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. Hi, Jeff.
Yeah, no problem. So could you give us a brief introduction about your project right now?
Okay. Our company, basically we're doing a technology for control and monitoring greenhouse system, which is mostly is for industrial scale. So right now we have almost 100 greenhouse that operated with our platform. So we have provided for the hardware and automation system in terms of the electrical controllers and the power distribution system. Also, our products are already linked with the cloud system, which is allow the investor or farmers can more easily to monitoring and control the workers in the farms. Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned 100 greenhouses. So this is for which industry particularly?
Normally, mostly it's about vegetable and strawberry. And we have a few for cannabis farm, which is just legal. Not for long, in Thailand. Yeah, right now it start to booming. Yes.
Wow, okay. So, but your systems can be used for any agricultural crop in Thailand, including cannabis. Is that right?
Yeah, you can say that. But let me split a little bit.
Sure.
For our solution, we is the control system, right? So basically, if you use our solution in the greenhouses, so you can able to control almost everything. But if you use our solution for outdoor farming, so which is you can only monitoring only because you cannot able to control. So you can be used a part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, agriculture is a huge industry in Thailand.
Yes,
Thailand is one of the top global exporters of agricultural products in the world. So your company here has a really big market, stands to have a really big market size in Thailand. So who are you focusing on right now in the agricultural sector?
Okay. So basically, we focus on the high-end greenhouse businesses because our solution are designed for more precision, and we actually replicate of the core technology from the European, because from the Europe they are the best country that do agriculture. So we use some of them technique and put it in our products and adapt or improve like a function that more compatible with Asia, something like that. Yeah, but we want to keep the Asia grower to drive into the more professional way. So our controller that different from other in Asia or in the normal controller is our controller is just not on and off control. Normally, if we can say like, okay, air condition, okay? If you want to control the temperature in your room, you just place the temperature on the remote control, right? So this is always decision by the user. And then when the temperature is going up more than the target set point, the compressor will still running, so you get cold, right? After it hit for the set point, it stop. So it keep maintain the temperature, right? This is normal, very normal controller. But from the very high end controller, like from Europe, so they have a function that can send how the vegetable are feel or stretched, because we can sensing for the stress of the vegetable. So it's we can optimize the resources more than just the base from the user. Let me give an example for the easy to understand. If in Thailand we are in very hot country, right? So every greenhouse we have a big exhaust fan system, which is allow for 40,000 baht for electricity cost is a lot of fan because they want the climate in the greenhouse to be cold. But it is not impossible to get that cold because we are in hot country, right? And then we have a function we call the VPD. VPD is the vaporized of the humidity inside the plant. So we can check the weather. This is too hot to bring the temperature down or not. It's too hot or not. If we can increase some humidity in the air, in the atmosphere, it will be cheaper or not. If we can move the energy to the mist spray or the fogging system and maintain balance between the humidity and the temperature, it will be save a lot of electricity. So this is the way that the controller is a deep technology to understand the plant, understand the crop feeling, and then we control the climate to follow those conditions.
Wow, so this is really pioneering stuff, something that probably you really haven't seen in Thailand. Can you talk about a little bit about your background and if you have your background in the agriculture sector and why did you chose to this industry and what makes you so passionate about this industry?
Okay. My background before I start the company, I'm a senior software architecture. I'm developing software for the enterprise like banking or insurance system or telecom. And I start to doing the business because I saw that Thailand has a lot of farming, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to bring the technology from the source, like in US or in Europe, to bring it here to implement, like get the farmer in Thailand or in Asia have the smart device, like in the leading country. So this is the reason that I jump into it. Yeah.
Okay, great. So the decision to jump into this is obviously because you see an opportunity, right? So we talked
Yes,
about
exactly.
Thailand being a major. Can you talk about what problems Thailand's agriculture sector has right now, what
Okay.
opportunities you see, and how you plan on going in and improving things?
Okay. The problem that I saw in Thailand, they like we have a two group of user. Okay, the first group is unlike the farmer that I have been met in Europe. They're like a worker. So those user group, they require smart tool to operate for them because they don't know how to set, they don't know how to operate, even they don't know how to use the tool. It's too difficult for them. And the other user is the industrial user. Normally, they brought the products from Europe, Spain, or US. It's quite a lot of expensive, and it has no provider in Asia. So the problem happen on the different of two group. The first group, they cannot, they don't have the money to afford the tool that expensive, right? Even buy it, they don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
And for the industrial side, when they have a problem, it takes a lot of time and cost to bring the engineer from the overseas to support them.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I saw the opportunity and the problem that we want to jump and fix everything, because when you brought the system from the big corporate, they are not fit 100% in Thailand because the scale and the environment are quite different. They not accept for the customization system for the customer in Thailand. Maybe you buy a Mercedes-Benz or Lamborghini, you cannot be dry, enjoy the long road in Thailand, right? So this is quite, yeah. They will not modify something like that for the customer that small. So what we do, we take the base technology like them, because we want to develop we have the good practice, right? Good example. So we have to follow, and then we improve the technology, and we have the service that we can customize based on the customer requirement. And we have the support team that can be quick support in the field there, because we have partner in many locations in Thailand, even from the Singapore, China, something like that. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you talked about these two segments of the agriculture sector. One is the individual farmers, and the second is the industrial sector. So
yes.
In Thailand, what percentage of the agriculture sector is the individual farmers and what percentage is the industrial sector?
I
My
believe
guess
that
is 90% and 10%, like that,
yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. And so where do you see the growth coming from? The 90% or the 10%?
Right now, we focus on the most 10% first because the money is easy to get and to work with because they are already the user that they need the tool. They just want someone to sell cheaper or have a better service or something similar, something like that. So we can get into it more quick, and the money, the cash flow is better. But if we want, but in the other hand, we have the something to suitable for the individual farmers to buy because many farmers they stop buy the product from New Zealand or from Europe because they don't have the service. Just like I said,
Yeah.
After they bought from us, they can talk almost every day, and they talk directly to me, so they
And
get the
talking
better
Thai.
knowledge. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's easier. Yes, of course.
Great. So you mentioned right now you service 100 greenhouses in Thailand, right?
Yeah,
So
yes.
of the 100, how many are the industrial sector and how many are the farmers approximately?
Um, the industrial, I think more than 90 greenhouses.
More than so basically almost all of them. Okay.
Almost, yeah.
So of this group here, how many before they found Evergrow, how many used machines, products from Europe and then converted to yours, and how many did not use it at all? And well, let's talk about that, the first one first. How many started from the European equipment and then switched over to yours, and what was the results of that?
Okay, for the segment that switched from the European equipment into our products, the percentage is about more than 60%. That completely turn over the equipment.
Wow.
Like last year, we have a project in totally 50 greenhouse. Last year, total project is almost 120 million baht, and we are a part of it. So they got the project that actually right now they are my partner already. So my partner got the project for 50 greenhouse, and they actually put the European equipment inside the project BOQ to propose the customer. But after when the project start, so they discuss with the customer and negotiate to change into our system. So right now we have a lot of customer that use totally in automated platform in Chiang Mai for 50 greenhouses.
Okay.
Yeah. Many company. Yeah.
So your equipment is it all manufactured in Thailand?
Yes. But the part from the raw material we brought from the many countries like Italy and USA, China. Yes.
So it's assembled in Thailand.
Yeah, it's assembled in Thailand.
So let's talk about the advantages that you have here. So one is you manufacture here, so it's cheaper, and you also have after sales in Thai, obviously, and then you it's customized for the Thai climate and Thai crops. Can you talk about other advantages that you have over the competitors?
I think it's about the function and the technology that we have, because the most of the high-end equipment they are already launched long time ago, like 10 or 20 years. So the function is too similar, like to normal, not have like an IoT or the interface that easily to use. But in our text, we put the IoT embed in our equipment already. We have the cloud services, we have chatbot services, we have an AI, and we have the touchscreen interface. So the user can learn and use it more easy than use like a membrane touchscreen. Membrane touchscreen is like it have a lot of bottom and small display. When you want to jump into the deep program, you have to press to press many buttons like in your car, right? We have to only two button on the dashboard. When we want to see the something inside, we have to touch so many things really deep. So it's more difficult to learn and difficult to use. So this is one of the advantage that make our system more user friendly and have a better function and feature. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What have been some of the most common feedback that you received from your users?
The common, what I got from them, normally it's all about the way that problem happening that user doesn't know before. Because when we talk about something that expensive or something that very industrial scale, right? The user required to have a knowledge to operate those equipment. Normally, if you buy a machine for your business or your factory, you need an engineer, right, to run the machine, right? So, but the farmers in Thailand, they quite like they are do everything. So they do business, they do maintenance, they do everything. So this is the problem that they doesn't know about what happened. So this is require engineer with the know-how, put it together to service the customer, because those know-how, it doesn't available in Thailand, because it doesn't have this kind of job in Thailand before. We have to create the new business, we have to create a new machine, right? So that's why the customer doesn't know what happened with this problem. This is the most common thing I learned. But and also for the knowledge for the customer as well, because they want to grow something big, they want to grow something high value, but they doesn't have enough know how to use the tool. This is really painful problem, because how can I service and how can I answer to them if they don't know what they want? This is I think it's about the know-how and the education in Thailand. This is very difficult problem. Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to give us an example of a customer of yours where
Yes.
they reported to you their yield before using your systems and after, what improvements that they got in terms of output or crop yield?
Okay. I have SME customer. They have a 9 greenhouse, a big 9
Nine.
greenhouse, totally 9 greenhouse. Yes, and no, before they used the European system before with nine controller, nine controller system for individual greenhouses. The problem that they found out is because the farmer, I mean the worker in the farm, don't know how to use the system, don't know how to adjust the climate, because it basically have to come from the knowledge from the grower itself. Like, okay, today it's too strong of the sunlight and the temperature is too hot. How can we change the level of the fertilizer? They doesn't know, right? And when they try to adjust the fertilizer level to matching between the climate, they do something wrong. And when the result came out, the weight are losing. It's effect to the crops. And the other kind of problem is it's too many equipment that they have to maintain. They just have a paper report checklist. Okay, today I done this, but the farm manager doesn't know this is what they done or not. They just check that they do, but they said they doesn't know how to check it, that they are done correctly or not, or done or not. So this is the problem that I heard from the customer, that they are really love to use our system, but when they turn to our system, I said, okay, we have one Pro series of our controller, which is the biggest series we have in the market. One controller can able to control 10 greenhouses. So they throw away the nine equipment and then install only one centralized. So it makes farm manager can have more time to maintenance by himself. to look into it because it's centralized system, right? And take care of the rest of the nine greenhouses. And also we have like our activity and behavior of the worker operation. The to access to the configuration of the control system, we have also like authorization by passcode scheme. So if you don't have a code, you're not able to change anything. After you log in, we have the message that okay, somebody just been logged in. The message direct to the farm manager, and when they do calibration sensor and maintenance the sensor, we can see how often that worker do or not do, and do correctly or not. Because if they do the wrong calibration, which means the sensor will read everything non-correct, so it's impact to the control, will be not precision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So there's a lot of improvements there in terms of usability.
Yes, reduce the cost and reduce the manpower to look after and maintain many devices. Yeah.
And like you said, you're able to adjust the environment to suit the crop too.
Yeah.
Cool. So I want to ask a little a fun question. Let's play a little game.
Yes, sir.
Let's say I have some land in Chiang Mai and I want to grow a cannabis farm.
Yes.
Let's say I want to grow some weed and sell it. And I come to you. What would you advise me to do, and what tools do you have for me to help me grow my weed farm into the best weed in Thailand?
Okay. To grow weed in Thailand, you have to get the license first.
Yeah.
You have like some kind of the grower license or extraction license.
Yeah.
So after you got the growing license, like my customer, so we have the service that, okay, how big of your farm you want to go?
Sorry. Is that, can you talk a little bit about, is it difficult or easy to get a grower's license in Thailand?
Not difficult and not easy. So as my customer, they are like a medical company, and they partner with the university. This is the condition that you cannot do everything privately. You have to collaborate with the government. So you have to collaborate with government first. Any university that have a cannabis greenhouse in the area.
So this is every cannabis business right now in Thailand has to collaborate with a government entity or a university?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
I see. So that's step one. You need that. Okay, so then step two, once you get the license.
Yeah, everything has to be done in their property. Nah? You cannot move to do something.
Not my land.
No. Okay, after that, we can talk business.
Okay,
so we come to like, okay, what the solution you are looking for? Like you have to go like, what is the species of the cannabis? What do you need? Like, because the cannabis, they have like the oil extraction, like we have the CBD and THC. Is the chemical inside, so we can look into that and provide the right equipment for the grower, and then we go to build the greenhouse, follow the variety that they use. After we have a consultant from Holland that specializes in the growing cannabis. After that is out of the area right now, because if you are growing business, we can jump into only the production grow room. And after that, I am not sure that university will take the crops to process into the next level or not.
Okay, so that was not a fun answer. So the answer is, if I'm a individual, I cannot grow weed. So let's talk about a different one. So let's say, okay, I'm a good boy. I don't want to grow weed anymore. I just want to, I have a condo in Bangkok and it has nice terrace or balcony, and I want to grow some vegetables for my own cooking.
Oh, that is very easy.
There we go. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, this is very easy. So we have experience in indoor farm, right? So right now we also have the project with Sansili Property, which is a condominium company that build condominium and luxury house. And the project that we did is like, it's a farm shell. So you can grow almost everything, but the size had to be quite small, not too big, right? Not like cannabis.
Yeah,
Should
so
be
just
like
for
a,
family use, right?
yeah, exactly. So basically, that you can grow almost everything that in your kitchen, like spinach. You cook with a pizza or something, and lettuce, of course, and microgreen, and herb like rosemary or basil. So you can grow food based on your kitchen.
Okay.
Easy, yeah.
So I
And
would need to purchase some equipment from you and an app, like software applications. How much approximately would all of that cost for me to have a little kitchen farm on my
okay,
balcony?
right now the cost that I sold for the San Chili, the size is about 2 meters width
Two
and
meters.
2 meters high. It's
Yep.
about 400,000.
Baht.
Yes.
Baht. So that would be 13,000 something dollars.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is that a larger size? Are there smaller sizes?
No. No.
Okay.
No. Normally, no.
So okay, that still is high. If you're just
Yeah.
someone who wants to do it as a hobby, it still is high. But I'm assuming this is cheaper than European models.
No. No. Because this project we are building in the everything is glass, and
Okay.
everything is quite luxury because they
Okay.
want to show the client. So
Uh-huh.
that's why it's quite expensive. So,
Okay.
yeah, but if you want to do for your hobby,
Yeah,
I
just
think,
for me. Yeah.
yeah, for the hobby, the cost should be like 10,000.
Baht.
Yeah,
Much better. So that's like
yeah,
$340.
yeah, $300.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whew, much better. Much better.
yeah,
That's a cheaper hobby to do.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So how many people have purchased these hobby, like these smaller scale equipments for their homes, for their vegetable gardens, the
Uh,
10,000 baht devices?
uh, Normally we not do that market anymore. We do
Not
this
anymore.
long time ago. Yeah, but we
Okay.
figured out it's too hobby and it's too expensive for the customer to buy.
Okay. So your
Yeah,
focus right now is in the industrial
yeah,
greenhouses, like you
industrial
said.
greenhouses.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk about that more. Let's talk about, so you right now, you said you have around 100 greenhouses. How
Yeah.
long did it take to get to 100 from the start of your business?
I take for the from the beginning. I start the 4 year on indoor farm on the farm shell that we just
Uh-huh.
talking. Okay,
Yeah.
and after that I realized the market is too difficult to grow because the industrial are not invest yet. It's too expensive and it's too new. We
Mhm.
have a lot of land. We had a lot of vegetable on the land, so they not invest into the high tech. Only for the rich people to buy the hobbies like 10,000, 20,000 like that. So we move. That's why we move into the industrial for the past 3 years from now. Yeah. So we get 100 from 3 years from now. Yes.
Okay, great. Can you talk about your growth projections now that it seems like you found the right target customer, which is the industrial greenhouses? Can you
Mm-hmm.
talk about your growth expectations here?
Okay, so we expect to be the reliable company in the Asia market because uh, the 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 customer in this area are need and professional equipment and service. This is the difficult to find right now in the Asia market. Not Japan, not Japan, not Japan, but Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand, Myanmar, especially in Vietnam. They are big country that do agriculture, right?
Okay.
And they always bought the equipment from the European. So I expect that we can be the brand and we have like a regional partnership to service those customers. This is what I'm expected.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your competition, if there is
Mhm.
any. Are there any competitions in Thailand or in Southeast Asia?
No, I don't think
No.
so. Yeah, because the competition that I consider that their competition is they have to do at the same level, right? They have to have the product, they have to have the services at the same level of the customer that in the same market segment. But right now in Thailand, even in Asia, it's a lot of maker, a lot of smart young guys to develop like small control system to run the farm, even in the government in Thailand too, that develop some kind of prototyping smart farm solution. It's a lot of company that doing something like this, but those products never in the industrial before. It's just for the PR and just for the small farm. This is the problem that when someone who need the smart farm solution and they brought from them, they never get the support.
Sorry, are you saying that other projects have not been successful in commercializing?
To get into the commercialize, it's very difficult. Okay. Before you can get one project, maybe you can talk like almost year. And as right now, we have a project in Singapore. This is the biggest project we have. It's the worth about 7 million baht. And we talk about almost a year before get the project, before get the contract. So it's need an actual company and actual team to delegate the effort to serve those kind of the customer, not just only the customer looking for some smart farm solution. You know what I mean, right? Mm-hmm. Because when they are serious customer, if they brought, it have to be stabilized in terms of the performance. You have to have the like a good services to answer when the system are down, or any answer that the customer will be asking. So this is not a simple small thing that we can make a prototype and sell. So it's not just functional, but it have to be really stable and durable as well. This is the problem. That's why we never saw any startup or any SME got at the same level that as we did, because I also spent a lot of money and patience and stay alive to keep the customer trust, because it's not easy to get a deal. Yes.
So all of that you said you've already done.
Yes, we are already done, because our partner, I consider by the partner, okay, because our partner, they are the project owner. They are the one who bidding the project. The project is on their hand. So they come to the customer like government, like for example, like a last year project, the Chiang Mai province. This is the project from the whole Chiang Mai area. We have many clients, 6 locations to jump into the same project, like Maecho University, Chiang Mai University, and the Doi Kam company, and a lot of more that joining together that in the Chiang Mai location, right? Each maybe have 10 greenhouse, 20 greenhouse, 5 greenhouse, depend on the location. But those projects are really big in Thailand. And our partner, they only one that have the solution to serve the project that big like that. But they brought our system to use in their project, like CP. CP never brought the cheap greenhouse. CP brought the European greenhouse and used our partner to be the consult service and build something next after that, PTT or Pototo as well. So this is what we consider that we are on the first line of the market for the industrial scale, not an hobby.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So you've overcome all those challenges and you've gotten to the point where you just talked about now. Mm-hmm. But are you profitable?
Yes, of course, we're profitable because our company are not running on the VC money. We have funded like 4 years ago for only 1 million baht, and it's already gone from the few months. Yeah, but after that, I spend my own money to make company stabilize, and after we got project from the many project like last year or last 2 years, the company has been run on their profit.
Wow. Okay. So you're operating at a net profit, and you
Yes.
said you have plans to expand to all over Southeast Asia.
Yes.
So what do you need right now in order to get there?
Okay, this is very good question.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that I try to do, it's very difficult for me to push that to reach more than outside Thailand in terms of like a sustainable business. Even in Thailand, sometimes I still feel like it's too difficult to push its success or close the deal or even support the customer because the team is not, in my opinion, the team is not good enough because it's not something wrong with the team. But what I'm trying to say is like this is a technology that you cannot find locally in Thailand. You know, right? If you want to build the apps, you just hire a programmer, right? Program can build anywhere in the world. You just hire a programmer, you get the software, easy. If you want to build like a smart home, you hire electrician, you know, easy. But when you do something that have some agriculture know-how inside, and those know-how is not used, it's not a standard or basic know-how. It's something that you have to read the pan feeling, something that even the professor in the university doesn't have the know-how to train those people. So this is this is a very difficult for me because I spend a lot of time for many years to learn from the partner. When I joined this group, our business group, we have a lot of partner, right? So we have competitor from Europe before. I learned, okay, why they have this program, what is the logic to control those things. So they teach me because they are love to be in Thailand when we have the exhibition or any party. So they love to be here. So like it spent a long time for them to teach me to explain why this function is better than other competitor of them. So it takes time, right? You cannot just graduate from the software or have experience in software to do this. It takes very long time. And when we execute into the industrial businesses, it's also difficult for pay. The money is right on front, but the deal is wrong. It's not something simple that you just launch the app, someone download. Like a simple baht. This is a million of baht, so the deal cannot be closed. So that's why the learning curve of the team is not short. It's quite long, right? This is a very difficult. It's something difficult because I think for the industrial right this, if you're talking about a easy investment, easy money, easy profit, it's not. I don't think it's not the industrial level because the client in the industrial level, they are very careful for paying the money. But if after they pick you, also it's a good for us because it's also difficult for them to consider other competitor to be their partner. So it's like monopoly, you know. If you get into them, and then you also hard to get out, but you have to maintain the quality of the service all the time. Yeah, and also when the customer customizes the function, my team is customize again, so we start over. This is the we cannot like train one time and replicate. No, most 50% of the job they customize something. So this is the I think it's the good thing and the bad thing. If we don't have the customization demand or customization need, it's no point to be asked. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this podcast is going out to all the listeners out there. Mm-hmm. Who do you wish would contact you to solve your problems?
Okay, I'm trying to talk with many CVC corporate in Thailand, which is they are agriculture and livestock company. You know, right? The CP group or many company that doing this, and to get success in the goal I want to go regional, even provide the CP are already big. So we need like a investor that understand the where I can make your money profitable. You cannot just give me the money and expect 1 year, 2 year to return it back. So in the party, we need someone who know or who have access for me to grow, for me to get into the big group like CP Group or a big industrial. So because like you invest and you secure your investment at the same time. So my job is like execution. I have to execution, follow those plans. Because I cannot, right now I do almost everything, engineering, managing, financial, so much work to do, but I have to keep balance. I cannot spend my most of the time to seek investment. The investment seeking, I only spend less time, like no point. Yeah, so that's why if someone who invest and interest to join the team or whatever about join the party, and I think we have to discuss about how to make the business have market to support or some chance that someone who can able to scale up, not waiting for the partner to have the project. You understand, right? Because the SME, they have the project from a piece of the big guy that already split into for them. If I example CP Group, they have over like 10,000 greenhouses. Each year, the market size is about 5,000 baht, 5,000 million baht.
5 billion baht.
Yeah, 5 billion baht. It's a lot.
That's the potential market that you could have.
Yes.
5 billion baht.
Yeah, and every greenhouse, they use sensor, they use the control system. And if you only talk to one guy, and not need to be 100% from the greenhouse, just only 10 or 20%. So you see, so we can replicate more easily, not just replicate one by one or customize one by one. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. So we're reaching the end of our podcast here. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Mm-hmm. No idea. Do you have any?
Well, how about drop us any contact information or your website or any ways to learn more about the company?
Okay, so if any you guys are interested in our products or our startup, you can check out our website worldwide.evergrow.me, or you can email me hello@evergrow.me, so I can quick reply and answer your question.
Sure, and we'll put those links in the description of the podcast too.
Okay,
Puchong, this was a really fascinating conversation. I had no idea that something like this was going on in Thailand right now, that all this high-tech stuff and profitable, and it has the chance to really capture a huge market in Thailand and Southeast Asia. So it's really, really excited for you guys. Thank you so much for coming on to the podcast, Puchong.
Thank you, Jed. Thank you.
Thank you, and I wish you all the best. There you heard it from Puchong Wongtongdi from Evergrow. If you'd like to reach out to him, so I've linked to his contact details in the description. And since you've made it this far, my guess is you definitely enjoyed this podcast. So I have a few things for you. We have a weekly newsletter that we'll link to on our Facebook page. Each time we talk about a sector that is undergoing disruption, kind of like smart farming, like today, and the investment opportunities that are there, whether it's publicly listed stocks that you can invest in or early stage companies that you can get in contact with. So definitely follow our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Atlas Capital. I'll link to that in the description. And I'm telling you right now, it's a good idea to follow our Facebook page, because once this COVID stuff is over, we're going to launch a huge network party in Bangkok. I can't reveal too much details right now, but trust me, it's going to be spectacular. Now, if you want to go deeper into impact investing and want to learn about the various problems we face as a species and the opportunities that arise out of the solutions, we have a book called The Adaptive Economy, written by the founder of Atlas Capital, Djoann Fal. He's a self-made millionaire at the age of 24, and a Forbes 30 under 30 awardee for the most innovative entrepreneur of one of the most innovative entrepreneurs of the year. And like I said, his book, The Adaptive Economy, talks about the most pressing problems facing the world and how their solutions can create trillion-dollar industries. I've linked to the book in the description as well. And also at Atlas Capital, we're building an investment club of angel impact investors based on our investment thesis that you can also read in the Adaptive Economy book. And it's mainly to invest in industries that will make our future sustainable, high-tech, and climate resilient. If you're interested, you can sign up to our Impact Angel Club. Just click the link in the description. Again, lots of links, but you'll figure it out. And you'll receive updates on growth companies that are looking for investors. Now, keep in mind that by signing up, don't feel like you're now obligated to invest. It's also a great platform to network with our angel investors. Like I said, we host a bunch of parties in Bangkok that are really, really fun, very laid back, very chill. And it's a great time for people to connect and get to know each other in a casual setting. But if you feel like at any point you found the right match and you want to invest in any companies, that's all up to you. We're just the facilitators there. So click on the link in the description to join the Angel Impact Investors Club. And that's all for the podcast for this week. See you again next time.